Hey, welcome, Andrews.
Hello,
Hi,
hi.
hi. Welcome, Andrews. We all are waiting eagerly for you.
Hi, hi.
We
So
have got.
sorry.
Well, how are you? How are you? I can see it on your face.
I'm good. I'm good. In fact, I was a bit busy. I'm so sorry for the delay, though.
It's okay. I can understand. Tomorrow you are leaving. It's last day with your family, and you'll be coming back after, the rigorous training in NDA. I
Yeah.
will not take I will not take too much time with you because I know you have got packing left and I this night you will not sleep, I know. So let's quickly ask few questions which there are so many aspirants like you preparing for NDA, CDS, AFCAT and all. What motivated you to join the forces, or what was that first spark that you got? That I should take an initiative or I wanted to join. When did that urge came into your thought process?
Uh, so mainly the thing is that I'm from a defense background, right? My dad is in the Navy. So that it had always been it was always there in me ki once, at least once I want to go for SS because usually I have seen like my dad used to talk about his SSB times, and then I hear my seniors and all of them. So that was there. But more than that, the thing that attracted me the most was when you look at a defense personnel, right, that you can at once understand कि हाँ, he's from defense. Because the way they carry themselves around, the way, they talk, the amount of respect they have for others as well as themselves, it is immense. And that attracted me a lot. So I always had that attraction towards, defense. So when NDA thing cleared by when SC gave that order, definitely it was like a boon come true. There was no doubt about it. So yeah, went for it.
That's great. I can understand that. Uh, when did you start your preparations? Was it before 10th or is it after your plus one, plus two? When did you start your actual preparations for NDA? Or when the
Pre-
news came that yes, girls can also now appear for NDA exam, that was the time you started preparations, or like you were earlier preparing for it? Uh,
Mhm. So basically, the thing was, that time I was going for entrance, right? So I had only my entrance exam focused that time, and by the time my exam had come around, NDA was during November. So that time I had joined the college, so I had no time as such to prepare for NDA. But whatever preparation, I did feel underprepared. I felt very underconfident when I went and wrote the exam. But yeah, the exam was comparatively easier to what I had written before. Like I had written J, I had written KEAM, I had written most of the exams, so I felt it was easy. So if I had actually prepared better, so definitely it would have been like way better. But yeah, I cleared it. Honestly, I was not expecting to clear it also. It was like that kind of situation. But yeah.
Amongst those two papers which everyone has to give for NDA, which one was easy or which one was tough for you?
The thing is, math, usually we are afraid that math is anyway going to be difficult, so it would be better not to focus on it and try to gain more marks on the other paper. But that would be foolishness, I would say, because math, you know that you need to clear that cutoff. So then only there's any use for to it, right? So math, I feel that if math was, yeah, comparatively difficult, definitely. But if we had brushed up on the formulas a bit, I think it would have been a much easier. Like it would have been definitely easy. It didn't go that very high level kind of, right? Like how J exam goes. No, definitely not. And the other paper was the all around whatever news. So most of the things, yeah, most of them you don't know. So it depends. But I think if I had practiced more on the previous year question papers, that would have also been fine. So that's one of the things I would like to tell them. Practice on the previous year question papers.
So it's like if a guidance from your side for those who are preparing, those who are in plus two, those who are in plus one, or maybe after 10th, there are many candidates who have started preparing. So, what is one suggestion or one advice from your side how to prepare the written exam, or what you did I know you had hardly got any time because the news came, and then hardly, you were already preparing for JE. That had an advantage for you. So it's like if you were given a chance to prepare once again, how will you start it?
Like again, like I said, I would definitely go through the question papers. Like that's the first thing you got to do. You got to know what is going to come on the like come for the exam. So go through the previous year question papers. You get an idea, and then you practice on them, and then go for similar kind of questions. And at the same time, for math, the best thing is I think from uh, maybe from 8th, or if not, start from ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th. Whatever formulas or whatever theorems or whatever we have learned, go through them. I mean, be crystal clear about them. Because most of the time during entrance exam, the problem is not that we do not know how to solve the question or something. The problem is we don't remember the formulas. Most of the time, that is what happens. We know how to do it, we know how to come to an answer, but we don't remember the formulas. So be crystal clear about your formulas and practice. Math is a subject where you have to practice because you need the speed. And for GAT and everything, definitely again solve question paper because I feel you can score a lot for the English section, right? So practice, I guess.
So for the formulas, you said, there are n number of formulas in max, especially trigonometry and the other sections. So any quick way for remembering these formulas, like pasting it in front of your study table? Few students do it, stick it in front of their almirah, bathrooms, and all. So a quick advice how to remember these formulas and all for those who are weak in that.
See, even I had done that. Like the SC order had come only by September, but at the same time I was preparing for my board exams. So even that time, even I had difficulties in remembering the formulas and all. But then my mom, my brother, both of them said, "Ki you have to be clear about your formulas in math." And so I used to stick around all around my room, chart papers or with formulas, especially integration, differentiation, because those are the ones that we usually confuse around. Trigonometry usually, trigono the thing is now there's a lot of tricks to go around. Like you can substitute, you can do that. So trigono, if you remember the basic formulas, it's more than fine. But yeah, if you have an eye at the formulas all the time, definitely you'll remember it. At the back of the mind, it will be there. Or your gut instinct, something will tell you. So yeah, I did
Correct.
stick formulas around.
Good, nice. Thanks for that. What about the general paper? Any quick way of only the, you said, of course, go through the previous question papers. Apart from that, if anybody would like to start the preparation and he or she has got time to prepare, what would you suggest apart from going through the newspapers? I mean, from the previous papers.
See, previous year question papers is one of the best ways, and also reading the newspaper. And the thing is, general ability, they can ask around from anywhere, right? So, but English, I think the marks come around 200, if I'm not wrong. It's around 200, right, sir?
Correct.
Yeah. So English is one of the places where you can actually score around that much. So if you practice, if you start reading a few comprehensions you get from the net, you start reading few synonyms, like so practice English also because English, so definitely you can end up scoring also good marks. The other science, in my opinion, the questions we got were very easy. Like basic science they had asked. Like so, especially since I was PCMB background, I think I comparatively found it very easy. They had asked basic questions, so that helped. Like it contains a lot. It comes from a lot of subjects, right? There's English, there's history, there's so many subjects. So covering them and going deep into them definitely not a solution. Like it is pointless in my opinion. So try to work hard on. That's what even my friend and few of my dad's friends had advised me on. Ki practice like English so you can score marks, and so try for that. Yeah.
True. How do you? What is your actually routine? How do you start your day? Can you just quickly tell about? I don't want the entire explanation. What time you get up, then what you do, and how you end the day. A quick, brief, description about your routine.
Okay. Since these are aspirants who are watching me, I would tell you the routine that I had during my exam times. Is that fine?
Perfect. A good routine that you would like to suggest, rather than because you are a successful person. That's why many people would like to, they follow us who have been successful in their lives. Now you have the, especially candidates from girl candidates who are preparing. Now, very a few have made it to NDA. Now you are there. If you would like to suggest your routine, of course they will try to do that, like getting up early and going through newspaper, and maybe physical fitness or the games or sports that you have been apart from your studies. So something, a good routine that you can suggest or you have followed.
Okay, so the good one of the routines that I remember was during my board exam. So that time, I think I had deactivated my social media accounts because distractions are definitely a problem. But more than that, I did not like wasting my sleep hours. During my sleep hours, I used to try sleeping as early as possible and I used to try waking up as early as possible. So it's not necessary you have to wake up at a fixed hour. Find your flexible time and then wake up during that time. But keep that timetable, like keep that body clock going, right? Then second thing, I guess morning usually like my mom is a very pious person, so she used to suggest ki go to church. So it kind of refreshes the mind. So I used to go to church in the morning around 7. So that ended up me waking up early, and then used to go to church, and then used to come back. So I used to like usually we have the timetable sorts, right? So even I had a certain timetable as such ki I have to finish so much today. But it was not necessary ki I will complete it, but then I used to feel satisfied ki at least I started it. And then also it is not, of course it is important that you remain focused, but it is okay if you allow yourself to be entertained or allow yourself to watch a few movies because your body and your mind needs rest. But at the same time, your focus should not be faltered. Like, I think if your aim is clear, there are no excuses. That's what I've learned. Like,
Great.
if your aim is
Wonderful.
actually very clear now, like there are no excuses for it. So definitely, so in my opinion, your routine, your timetable, you know your body best, right? It like following in another person's routine is not. It's actually I find it impractical because I never understood ki why is it necessary we should follow others' routine. Like find your body timing, understand yourself, and that will help you in your SSB a lot. Because the more you understand yourself, the more you're able to project yourself, the more confidence you ooze. So yeah.
How did you prepare for your SSB?
For my SSB, actually, again, as I said, I come from defense background. I had asked I'm Commander Emmanuel Prasad, sir. Sir had helped me a lot. So he was guiding me through it. He was telling me. And my friend also, he was also in India right now. His name is Utsav Rai. He had also helped me a lot. And then dad was also helped me a lot. The first thing that was necessary was to understand what the 5-day procedure is going to be. And second thing was, of course, updating myself with news and everything. Third thing I did was practicing the psychology test because the psychology tests require speed of hand. Like you gotta be able to write fast. And I think the third thing, yeah, GTO task, of course, we had gone to naval base to see, but then they were very tall and they were very, it felt like it was for hardcore people, right? So my dad was like, you'll end up breaking something, let's go. So, but then during SSB, in fact, I think it kind of helped take away the fear. I mean, from what I saw and what I saw there, I was just like, oh, very different.
How was the
So,
actual 5 days SSB?
hmm,
How was the actual 5 day SSB?
how was the actual?
When you had your SSB, you had it from where was your SSB?
My SSB was in Bangalore, 12 SSB.
12 SSB. How was a 5 days SSB which you actually faced?
Yeah, the 5 days SSB, first of all, it was an amazing experience because there are so many aspects that you see there, like so many things that you're going through, so many questions that you end up asking yourself that you have probably never questioned till that point. For me, it was an amazing experience because I felt I learned a lot about myself in those 5 days rather than my entire life. And the second thing is you face a lot of challenging situations, and the best part about it is like you end up overcoming those. I mean, 5 days, it may seem like a short time, but when you're there, When you see others, you may feel intimidated, you may feel you're less prepared, or you may feel so many things, so many emotions are going through you, but you overcome them eventually. And yeah, definitely 5 days, the experience was amazing. It was really fun also. Like the GTO task that you have now, it's very fun. I liked it. I enjoyed a lot, in fact.
Any advice that you would like to tell
Hmm.
those who are preparing for SSB?
Advice, I would say there are one advice that again Commander Emmanuel Prasad sir had told me this, even my dad also. When so most of the people have a problem when we are facing the interviewing officer. Like it's a one-to-one interaction, and of course, sir is a commander or probably commander who's sitting in front of us. So we feel that scared, we're nervous, and it's a totally normal feeling. But of course, again, you have to overcome it, and you have to be confident about what you know, because most of us students, especially students, we try to justify what we don't know. Basically, we try to bluff. Okay, if they ask something with 100% confidence, we say utter nonsense with 100% confidence. But sir, grabs onto it. He will grill us, and when he grills us, the problem is we lose our confidence. We definitely lose our stance there, or he will just note it. So one thing you should keep in mind is no matter what, you don't need to bluff. If you do not know, have the courage to say, "Ki, sir, I do not know." But at the same time, you can actually access network there in the library, or you can pay in the cafeteria. You get network. You can research upon it and tell him you have a conference round again in the end of 5 days, right? So you can tell sir, "Okay, sir, I will catch. I will read up on it and I'll let you know." Because it is not necessary to bluff. So that's one of the important things I learned there. And second things, of course, like usually the interviewing officer usually asks more personal questions. So you definitely have to be sure what you know about yourself. That is important. If there is a bit of opposites in what you're saying, like especially in the personal information questionnaire that you're filling out, students usually make a mistake, candidates, they make a mistake of writing something else and saying something else. So that should be taken care of. And psychology tests, they are also important. But I feel that first day is usually when most of us face the problem. That screening part. Either we are absolutely, away, we do not take part in the GD, or we are not aware that OIR, like OIR is an important test. I think it is important that we kind of perform well in it. Most of the candidates who go, they do not concentrate on it as much as they on other aspects. But I would suggest that it is equally important. And second thing is, of course, the GD. It is not necessary you have to be over dominating, or you have to make yourself the main person there. Absolutely not. You have a story. If you get a chance, you have to present it. And convincing others and forcing others are two different things. So if you feel somebody else has a better story, go with it. Like, try to add your materials to it, but go with it. I mean, go with the group. Be a team player. That's important.
Great. So I would just summarize what all Anna said. One is be yourself.
Be yourself. Definitely be
You
yourself.
don't have to bluff or you don't have to show something else, which many of the candidates show.
Yeah.
Writing something in PIQ, telling something in the interview. If you
Mm.
don't know, just we don't know. And the most important point, what I took from you is be a team player.
Be a team
You
player.
know, because you have to be amongst them when you're doing the GTO. And
Exactly.
psychology, it's all
Mhm.
about your mind. So just
Yeah.
practice that. So it's a
Mhm.
wonderful advice for those who are listening to Anne. Just be and have a smiling face. See Anne's face; it's always cheerful. I have always carry that cheerfulness throughout. That's it. It's as simple as that. Maybe SSB interview is considered as one of the toughest, but it's one of the easiest if you
Listen.
actually have it in you. So here the live example is here in front of us. I don't want to eat too much of time of Anne. I know there are thousands of questions which you all would like to ask Anne, because I could just speak to Anne's dad half an hour before. Her dad was one of my instructor in the Navy, an IW instructor, and I'm privileged to serve with Matthew sir. And I know Anne went through a challenging time. I'm really it's my sorry for that to hear the news of ma'am. but still you could overcome that and appear, that's a great thing. Any challenge that you faced during these times, or if you have faced, and how did you overcome that?
Challenge as such. See, one thing when we go for SSB, the problem is we try, we kind of become desperate. And when desperate situation comes, we act way out of ourselves. So in the back of the mind, there were so many things going around. So anything that I felt I messed up, or if I felt that yeah I did it wrong, I was just like, let it go. I had that kind of thing. It's okay. Now try to do better. So usually I would have been the kind of person who would have stuck on it. I would have thought 1,000 times, but no, I was like, it was yeah, just let it go. Like especially since so you said, I used to think, yeah, mama is facing so like mom was going through a lot of pain that time. So like mom's I felt mom's support was there with me throughout. So that gave me an immense amount of strength. So whatever challenge I felt now, like it felt you can overcome it, nothing to worry about. So
Anyway, I'm sorry to hear the man's demise. Heartfelt condolences, but still you have overcome that and could clear the SSB, and proud to be, I can feel that, and your dad is so proud of you. We wish from Nidus Academy, wish from the bottom of our heart all the best wishes to you. uh, do your best in the training, make your
thank
dad proud, make your
yeah,
family proud. You know, lots and lots of wishes from our side. Do
thank you so
well. I know
much.
tomorrow you are boarding your train. So, all the best. Take care of your health. May God bless you. Thank you
Thank
for your valuable time. Thank you.
thank
Thank
you
you,
so
Andros.
thank
Bye.
you.
Take care.